Good evening, everybody. This is Warren Harper, Magic Man 50, live from the cave in Afton with City Jazz Sessions. Today is July 19th, 2017, and today our special guest is Miss Coffee Wright. With Ms. Wright will be Assata Storm and Leon Davis. How you guys doing?
Fantastic.
All right. Let's get our show rolling today. What are we going to talk about?
Make a personal welcome to Miss Coffee Wright.
Thank you.
For joining us today.
Thank you.
We're going to talk about some of your projects that are making your life interesting.
Thank you.
So let's start first off with your poetry book.
Okay, well, my poetry book is Free Your Mind. Actually, I happen to have a copy
Have
of
a
it right
copy,
here.
excellent.
Yeah.
Hey.
And
Now, is that autographed already?
it's not, but I can autograph one for you.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not your.
That's not mine?
Okay. No, let's go.
We'll talk later.
Okay.
Yeah, out of earshot of some people. So tell me about your poetry book.
Well, Free Your Mind is reality poetry, and it's from his and her perspective. So it's not just women taking shots at men, but it's just the real deal. It's reality poetry. It's available on Amazon, and as a matter of fact, I've been consistently having 5 stars for the past 3 years on it, so I'm really excited about that. It's something in it for everyone. I mean, it's about relationships, it's about breakup, it's about makeup, it's about family, love, support, honoring our men, honoring our women, just all the way to almost instructions on when you have a child.
So now, is it short poems? Is it long form poem? Is there a particular style that you use?
Again, like I said, I call it reality poetry because most of the poetry that I write is basically advice or my opinion that I would give someone when they're in a situation. So when people share their issues with me or ask my opinion, I think about it hard, and then I end up finding myself writing a poem about it.
Okay.
And yeah.
Do you have one in particular you could share with us?
Sure. Now?
Yeah, right now.
Okay, well, I'll love to do Heaven's Prayer, because to me, I thought I was writing it for the children, but once I start writing it, I realized that I'm really writing it more for the adults, because as we know, children don't come with instructions.
Right.
Okay, so Heaven's Prayer. Conceived through love, a life has come. I'm the innocent one God chose to be born. I'm a heart, a brain, a body, and soul. I need guidance, support, and love as I grow. I'm not a miniature adult, for I need footsteps to follow. A strong, positive image, a role model. Please redirect me when I'm wrong. Acknowledge me when I'm great. I came to you straight through heaven's gate. I'm a bundle of joy more precious than gold. I sometimes do as you do, then do as I'm told. Thank you for all the sacrifices that you make for me each day. And thank you for the shelter you provide my head to lay. Thank you for recognizing I am not a miniature adult. Often imitate what I see. The exposure is not my fault. If later in life I should take the wrong path, well, I can't blame you, Mommy, and I can't blame you, Dad. It would be my decision from a conscious choice that I made. Accept responsibilities for my actions and my mistakes. But I'd rather make you proud. Be your hero in this world. Be it Mommy's boy or Daddy's girl. Explore challenges that some never knew exist. Be a productive citizen. Make a great difference. They say the apple never falls far from the tree. Well, teach me your morals and values and let me be me. One day life will reverse and I'll take care of you. I remember how you were there for me and how you did all you could do. God bless Mommy and Daddy. Amen.
Very good.
All right.
Very good.
I like that one too.
Thank
I
you.
remember that.
Thanks.
So it doesn't seem to be a very, you don't mind if
No, go right ahead.
doesn't be a very thick book.
No, it's probably about 25 poems in there.
Okay.
And so that's volume 1, and then I've written hundreds of poems, but I don't feel like I don't think it's good to put a lot of poems in one book because no one really get a chance to read them all. So I figure 25 should be a good number, and then hopefully you read those and it'll make you maybe want to come back and read some more in the next book.
Are you planning on another book?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the next book will be released actually this summer.
Oh, okay. So it's already downloaded.
Yeah, it's already written because I already have a stack of like 300 poems, so I might as well just put them in books.
Just get them. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to do any other kind of literary work?
Absolutely. I wrote a stage play called Who Killed the Church? And we did that in 2012 on Father's Day. For some reason, I just keep doing things on Father's Day. I just love honoring fathers. You know, I love my daddy and my big brothers and everybody, just such great fathers. Till I think that we have to really acknowledge fathers and give them that support and recognition because too often they're underrated. So we did Who Killed the Church. We did 2 shows. It went great. So now I'm looking forward to doing it. Instead of doing the play again, which I get a lot of calls about, I want to do it as a feature film. So I met this new film director named Adam. And he's awesome. And so, as a matter of fact, he cast me. I had a small part in one of his films coming out called Summer. And hint, hint. And so anyway, looking forward to, maybe we'll be producing that together. Who Killed the Church is a powerful, and I want to do it as a stage, not only as a stage play again, but I want to do it as a feature film. So that way, it can reach more people because a lot of people didn't get the opportunity to come to the play. And we did that at the Missouri History Museum, so it was a really nice venue. And but I really want, to do it as a film and just make it available to the whole world.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Anything you'd like to add there, Miss Assata?
No, you're doing well. She's
think
answering
so?
everything. Because as she's talking and I'm thinking, she's actually kind of answering
all
everything.
the questions.
Yeah,
Sure.
really,
Sure. Was there anything else you'd like to share about maybe the poetry book that you'd like people to know that they may not be, it may not be just obvious about the book once they read the poetry?
Well, one thing I guess I would like to point out is that I'm the writer of the Juneteenth National Anthem. And for a lot of people may not know exactly what Juneteenth is because it seemed to be a new word to a lot of people. But it's actually a holiday here in the state of Missouri. And it's America's second day of independence. Okay. And so I wrote the anthem as well as this year was our second Juneteenth parade. And the anthem, you can find it in the book, as a matter of fact. So the Juneteenth anthem is, like I said, America's second day of independence. And so it's 4th of July, being the first day of independence, 1776. And Juneteenth was recognized in 1865. And so it's 152nd anniversary. So I'm really excited because we did Missouri's first official Juneteenth parade last year, and I organized it, so I'm proud about that. And this year was our second, and then the newspapers gave us such awesome coverage. The American covered it, the Post-Dispatch, and normally Post-Dispatch don't really have a lot of good things to say, but they did an awesome coverage. The Sentinel did the best coverage. I mean, they covered it, and I'm proud because, again, with fathers, we did it on Father's Day, and we recognized our theme was the missing, the homeless, and sickle cell. And also, but what I did was that we recognized all fathers and father figures. So our queen this year was Miss Ollie Stewart, and our king, guess who?
Who?
You want to guess? Take a shot at it?
Oh, no, not me.
Mr. Fred Walker.
It wasn't Mr. Fred Walker, although Mr. Fred Walker happens to be the musician who did all the music for me on the Juneteenth National Anthem. So we go down on history with that one, y'all. Yeah, Mr. Fred Walker, that's our song, the Juneteenth National Anthem. The Saxy Jazz, and I'm so proud of it. Please check it out. But no, he wasn't, I won't say Mr. Fred wasn't the king, because you're close. You got part of it right. But not only Mr. Fred was the king, every father and father figure was the king. So I couldn't pick one man. And so, and from this point on, every year, all fathers and father figures will be the king of the Juneteenth parade. And in addition to that, we gave out 500 gold crowns. Now, it wasn't 14 karat gold. Sorry, I can't afford it. But they were gold metallic, and the appreciation behind it. I mean, to see all these men, I mean, they couldn't even fit on the stage at one time. They were lined up, literally lined up. And they came up on the stage probably 15 at a time, and they received their crown. And each one of them got a chance to speak on the mic and say who they are and how many people they were fathers or father figures to, whether it's biological, whether it's the kid next door, whatever, And so I love that, and I just really enjoyed. That was probably the most touching point of the whole event, And I'm hoping each year to get bigger and bigger, And so if there's any sponsors out there that want to contribute, I really appreciate it because I want to continue to make it large. You know, I went through a lot to put that together, and I had to swallow most all the costs, but it was worth it. You know.
And that's a good segue into my next question. When I first heard about the organizing of the Juneteenth, the story that I got was pretty incredible, and I wanted to hear it from your mouth about how that all came about.
Okay, well, I didn't invent Juneteenth, first of all, because some people say, well, that's the lady who invented Juneteenth. Get the record straight. I didn't invent it. I would like to take that credit, but I can't, because I wasn't around 152 years. It started 152 years ago in Texas, Galveston, Texas, okay? And so what happened was when Abraham Lincoln, freed the slaves, they didn't get the word. And so the first general that they sent, he was assassinated, so he didn't get a chance to get the message out. So they didn't have cell phones back then. So, hey, hook me up, hey, let y'all know, put you on speed down. So they had to go by horse, and give the message. The first one got killed. So then they sent another one out, and he gave the message. So when Texas realized they were free in 1865, actually Emancipation Proclamation was, signed in 1863. So 2.5 years later, not only Texas, but Missouri, 2.5 years later. So for this to be the 152nd anniversary of Juneteenth, and we have never had an official parade in Missouri, I felt like, I wrote the anthem. Why don't we have a parade? I'm doing an anthem in California. They're doing my anthem in New York, in Chicago, in everywhere, Wisconsin. Anybody putting on Juneteenth, they're including the anthem, but St. Louis is not familiar about it. And I just always, if you look in the articles of the newspaper, I just want to make it clear it's not a black thing, because it's everybody's thing. It's a people thing. Because what happened was when Harriet Tubman, ran that Underground Railroad, well, guess what? Those plantations that she had to hide us under and all that, we didn't own them. So a lot of whites died for us to be free. A lot of whites died in the civil rights movement and everything. So it's a people thing, and anybody that appreciate us being free and slavery being abolished should appreciate Juneteenth. And so I do it for everybody. Reverend Rice was there, of course, and he ain't nowhere near black, but he my black brother.
So what challenges did you face that you had to overcome when you put together the first parade?
Oh my goodness, can I really tell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Tell.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I heard everything from you can't afford to do it, you don't have that kind of money. These people ain't gonna appreciate it. Ain't nobody gonna show up anyway. Why you doing it? Downtown City Hall saying, why you doing it? Why don't you do a backyard party? How about, well, then we'll let you do a block party. And all these things. And I said, you know what? I wouldn't care if it's me and my 3 dogs. If it's just me and my 3 dogs, it's going to happen. And so, well, you got to have a permit. The police department has to give authorization because they have to have the parade. And, and you have to have this person. You have to have security. You have that. I said, okay, fine. Well, if I have to have it, that means it's able to be gotten. So I will get it. And I called up Major John Hayden, and he's, of the police department. He said, I got you. So that made me feel good. My Alderman Terry Kennedy said, I got you. That made me feel good. And everybody that I had to put in place, I just got permission, because if you're not going to do it, I need to know why. I really do. And so, I do have to say that some of the people down at City Hall, I was upset with their response initially, and then I got into the debate about, okay, well, if you want to keep it real, the 4th of July parade, the VP parade, if you Google Bell Prophet VP, what is it? What do you see? Google it. You see the Ku Klux Klan in uniform with the mask and everything. Okay, but we can go out there and spend our money in the Ku Klux Klan parade. Okay, Mexicans has Cinco de Mayo. I lived in California for 22 years. We hear all the time, right? The Jewish have their parade. The gay have gay pride, right? Okay. They even have the dog parade. Mardi Gras parade. Everybody in the Mardi Gras, everybody has their parade, right? Where is our parade? And so they said, well, you'd be lucky that you all have the May Day. May Day is great. Annie Malone is great, awesome woman, more power
That's
to it,
right.
right?
Yeah.
That's right.
But that's with the orphanage. That has nothing to do with our freedom. Juneteenth is our freedom. Why come you all don't have a parade for us? That's my question. But you know what? They slapped me right back in the face, and I couldn't do nothing but hug them after, because you know what she told me? Don't blame us. Speaking of, she was white, Caucasian woman, 2 of them, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
Been in City Hall since City Hall probably been built. But they're the decision makers on the event.
Yes.
But anyway, she told me, she said, let me tell you something, Coffee. Don't blame us because you all haven't had a parade in 152 years. you've had a black mayor, you have black people in office,
Right.
you have black millionaires here. In 152 years, if they can put their money up to do it, then what do you think was our fault that y'all didn't do it? You think, she said, the Ku Klux Klan paid for theirs. The Mexicans paid for theirs. Okay? Everybody's paying for their parades. We never went down there to pay for it. I said, okay, then give me my purse. And do you take double coupons?
All right.
And, you know, and so, and that's when I, did it. So we can't blame anybody but ourselves. We have the right to do it if we want to do it, and do we want to make those sacrifices, And so
some of it isn't even sacrifice. We're so not supportive of each other for whatever reasons. And like you said, we've struggled to come so far and do so many things, and yet still we'll take our money and buy rims and jewelry. We'll go to the clubs and blah, 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 but we won't support something that's going to benefit us, our children, their children, and so forth, on. So
absolutely.
I commend you,
Thank you. And I wanted it to be official. I could have just got together, my dogs and a few family members and friends and said, we're just going to go marching down the street. They couldn't stop me from marching down the street.
Right.
But I wanted the paperwork in order.
That's right.
When I die, if I die tomorrow, I want people to be able to see we actually did have an official Juneteenth parade. And there are a few other organizations that actually do Juneteenth celebrations. We have Sabaya, or Maffitt, we have Fountain Park. Wilson did their first one last year. And then I helped Jennings with theirs. And also Ferguson last year did the first one, and I kind of helped put that together, even though it was small, and it was kind of a big secret because they didn't pull any permits or anything. They just had it. The teens and the young adults got together behind one of the buildings. Like, we got the pictures and it's in the paper, but it's after the fact. But the thing is that I wanted it to be official, and so that's why I went through the steps. And is it financially profitable for me? Not at all. It drained me, honestly, because I had to pay for the stage, I had to pay for everything out there. I had to pay for or get sponsors. And it's sad that, like you said, we're not putting our money together. Most parades, many parades, $250, $350 per car. Juneteenth, I said $100 per business or organization. And still, you had the majority of people didn't want to pay it. And words it in it. $100. You can put 1,000 cars. More power to you. I want you to get recognition. I want you to get exposure for your business, your organization, no matter how small you are. Put your mama, your next door neighbor, everybody, all these cars lined up. If you can't afford that many magnets, guess what? Go to the copy center and just make a color copy, right? 11 by 17 color copy for 99 cents. Put it on the side of your mama car and just have her wave out the window. You know what I'm saying? Get the exposure. Other parades, what they do is, everybody know when you're in a parade, you wave out the window, you kiss the kids, throw a little candy, and after it's over, you go about your business. With Juneteenth, the way I designed it is, the parade leads into the park. When you get in the park, first of all, it's not going about your business. You're in the parade, you lead into the park. When you get in the park, you have your booth already set up, okay? So you have your booth set up with your banner back there or whatever, you got your card. So once people see you, if they miss you in a parade, they come back to at the park where the whole event starts. And it's not a big party. It's about information, education, entertainment, celebration, networking, exchanging information. So you get to the park and you got your table set up and your booth and everything, right? And then it don't stop there. In addition to that, you get to go up on that stage and you get 3 minutes to tell people, I'm right there, booth number 2. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, come and check me out, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to make sure everybody get as much exposure out of it as possible. I promoted my business the least amount. I didn't have a booth set up saying, hey, I'm Coffee Wright, go to Slice. A lot of people, they know me and they don't know about Slice because I wasn't pushing my business like I should. But I'm pushing everybody else's business. I'm constantly announcing that you're here, your business is here. And some people came and said, how could you remember all these people? Because people are there, I know them. I know what you're doing. I know what you're trying to do. I know what your struggle is or your accomplishment or whatever. So I want to try to get you out there, But anyway, I know I talk a lot. So
that's the idea.
Oh, okay.
That's the whole idea.
Yes, that's the whole
Okay, well that's what Juneteenth is about. Hopefully everybody join next year, and each year get larger and larger. We had the 77 Town Pound vets there. Those were the first vets in the United States. In the American Legion.
Wow.
So, and they were some black brothers, a group of black brothers and one sister. and they actually looking for more people. So if you know any veterans out there and stuff, that, you know, because they said a lot of those guys are older and they want some more younger people, some young ideas, young bloods to come in there and give ideas, and they just support. They have a lot of knowledge to give, you know, especially so many our veterans done so much, and it's programs out here that they don't even know about that they can be taken advantage of, you know, that they should take advantage of them. You know, if you want your own business and you're a veteran, there's programs that can help you to do these different things. Right. So you know, they've been supporting me. They're one of my biggest supporters. They've been supporting me, and I support their events when they get barbecues or whatever. I try to be there for mostly, you know, everybody. And that's the thing. Like people say, Coffee, you everywhere all day long. I see you here there. I mean, it be wearing me out. It wears my bad butt out. I'm not joking. But if you invite me somewhere, I'm gonna do everything within my power to be there. And sometimes I may be late. So I may have to leave early, but I'm gonna try to show up. You better believe if I didn't show up, it charge it to my brain and not my heart. You know. Right. Oh, but so yeah. So that's my story on Juneteenth.
Okay. Well, you mentioned security and venue. Mm-hmm. How do you select your venues, and do you feel you've got the right security for your event?
Well, yes. I selected Beckett Park. That's in the 18th ward, and it's in the city. Mm-hmm. I'm originally from St. Louis. I lived in the city when I lived in St. Louis, and I live in the city now. I live in 18th ward, so why not do it in the ward I live in? You know, I wanted to. When I first decided I was going to do the parade, I was like, we're going to start downtown, and we're going to go all through. I had all the streets. Girl, I was zigzagging out of every street. We're gonna go down every one of these streets. And then what made me decide I can't do all that, when the vet said, Mr. Fred said, well, you're gonna have walkers in there too? I said, yeah, and it was like, that's a lot of walking. so then I said, okay, that was fine for cars, but yeah, that is a lot of walking. And then when downtown told me, oh, you can't do it downtown because the Cardinals game, and they kept, you know, trying to put roadblocks in my way. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, people went as far as, I mean, you would think that it was enough, you know, communication going that 2 days before the event, why are they busting up the street that we have to walk down? So that happened until, and I got the pictures and video to prove it, right? They bust up the street, and I'm driving past, and I'm like, wait a minute. So I'm talking to this person, but you know, when I told the city workers what was going down, and I said, you know what, it's going to be in the paper. So do you want to be in the paper as being a part of the solution or part of the problem? But when I told them about Juneteenth, they was like, well, we really didn't understand. We didn't know. It was just bad communication. They worked together quickly, got their street paved. They said, if we don't have the whole street paved, we at least have one side. Would that be okay? I said, that's good enough, you know. So I picked Beckett Park because it's walking distance from my house. It's in my ward. My alderman is very cooperative and supportive in you know what I do. So why go somewhere else where I got to battle somebody, perhaps, right? So we did that. As far as the idea about downtown, the only thing that I wanted about downtown was slaves was where they were sold at the old civil courts house. So I wanted us to start there in respect to our, you know, our ancestors. So what we did was the night before we went down there and we said a prayer and asked them to bless it, and we did that. And whoever wanted to show up did that. And then we went on, you know, we started the parade the next day. So that was my tribute, you know, that's my tribute to our ancestors. But yeah, and as far as security is concerned, we did not have, and I better knock on wood because, you know, but we didn't have one argument, one disagreement, not anything. It was just so much love. And this was a 7-hour event. It was from noon to 7 o'clock. And not one disagreement, so much love, everybody, and everybody networking. So I'm so happy because people that didn't know people, they was like, oh, I'm going to be on a Bernie Hayes show. Coffee, thank you for hooking me up because I met this person. I'm going to be on that show, and I'm going to be on that show, and now, and that's what it should be about. We should be supporting each other, and no matter what we're doing. You know, just like, you know, I appreciate you all inviting me to City Jazz session, you know. And as you know, I have 6 TV shows in the making, right? So I'm hoping I can invite y'all to mine. You know, hopefully y'all take me up on that, you know, because we have to support each other's show. It's big enough for everybody. And, you know, and so... You know, so that's what it is. You know, I did Bernie Hayes' show, I did Zykeeba Rudy show, but I'm still doing my own. And then Zykeeba's asked me to do a show for him, another show, not just being a guest on his show, but producing a show for him. So, you know, so I love working with everybody, and I'm not intimidated by nobody. I have confidence in me, and what's for me is for me, and what's for you is for you. You know, so so therefore, I think the more the better. And we're gonna make this happen. We're gonna put St. Louis on the map. I came back to St. Louis to bring Hollywood to St. Louis.
Yes, I would talk about
And
that.
and so and I kind of feel a little left behind because we got these new filmmakers coming out, and I go to I go to their film and support me. Oh, could you come to our grand opening or come to our premiere? Yeah, I ain't no hater. I'm showing up. And I walk the red carpet and take pictures with them. I enjoy it. But I just haven't put any films out since I've been here. But that's okay. I'm supporting everybody's project and that's just the way it is. But so we're learning, and no matter which what project you do, you always the next one gonna be better and better and better. And I think I old saying, I don't know if you can curse or not, but I always believe you throw enough shit on the wall, something gonna stick. So
Okay.
I'm going for it.
So what? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So since you brought up the Hollywood, bringing Hollywood to St.
Well,
Louis.
can we come back to that? Yeah, because one
Yeah,
more
okay,
one more
go ahead.
question on the Juneteenth before we move on, and just so everybody knows, at the end of everything, we'll give you all the website information and all the contact information if you want to get a hold of Miss Coffee Wright. But my last question on the Juneteenth is, what is your greatest challenge with that?
With Juneteenth?
Yeah.
The greatest challenge, I guess, like I said, last year, I felt like, things were thrown in our face, and I had to get over it. This year, the same thing. I mean, the bathrooms at Beckett Park has been out of order for 4 years. The day before, the event was on Sunday. Of course, Friday is the last business day. Thursday, I get a call from downtown, from the health department. The bathroom's out of order. What are you going to do about the bathrooms? You can't have the event without the bathrooms. So then I got to rush, and I got to come up with some money. I got to come up with, I don't own any porta potties, so I got to hope that somebody got some porta potties available, right? So I'm feeling monkey wrenches coming from different directions. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I'm just ducking. They throwing them and I'm ducking. And, because they're not going to knock me out. It may hit me in the head, but I'm going to keep moving,
right.
Because, until we, the biggest challenge is support, financial support.
Yeah.
Lack of support, like you said, yeah, finances, because it can be even bigger and better. If we had radio commercials, we would blow them out the water.
Yeah.
If we had, just radio commercials, don't even necessarily have to be television commercials, but I'm pumping it, doing the countdown. I'm all over Facebook. Any event I go to, I try to, speak on and everything. But we had love. We had 500-600 people. So I can't complain, and I refuse to charge people. It's a free event. And only people I ask to contribute are the business and organizations, because they got something to sell. They have something to promote. You know what I'm saying? But, a lot of politicians come when election time coming up, so they want to come and get their face out there. And I don't mind that. I have a couple of politicians that did, support the event, and whatever their reason for supporting, I don't care. Just support. You know what I'm saying? I did have some issues where, politicians, two of them was running for the same position. So they felt like I shouldn't let this one be there. I'm not doing that. I don't play that. Right. It's for everybody. Shoot your best shot.
Yeah.
And so that's how I look at it. It's for everybody to network with each other, support each other, support the small business, especially in organizations, because to me, small business is where it's at. And so that's been the challenge. If people just understand more that it's not Coffee's birthday party. That's what I keep telling people. My birthday in January, not June, right?
Right.
So it's not. I'm not saying come to my birthday party and pay $100. I'm saying support yourself. Come and support yourself, because they think we don't want it. They think it's not necessary. People think if they thought it was necessary, then people would have done it. Right. And people don't want to put them in. Oh, well, they ain't gonna show up. But people been showing up. And for those that show, I had some of the best local bands there. And my theme was the missing, the homeless, and sickle cell. So that's dear and near to me, because with the homeless, Reverend Wright came, and I'm a big activist for him, and he spoke on that, and I believe, and I appreciate that. Percy Green was there, he spoke, awesome, because I keep Rudy was there, of course, but then also I had Theda Wilson there, with the. Her son is still missing, Kristen Ferguson, so she spoke on the missing. We did a moment of silence. Jerome Baker, the young man, they found some of his remains, just a skull. He's been missing. You heard about that? He's been missing for since last year was going to take his children to Six Flags and never made it. Billboards was everywhere about him, so we did a moment of silence for him. And I try to squeeze, whatever. We had a guy from Health and Wellness. He was telling us about healthy foods that we should be eating because of all this bad food that's out there. And we're thinking because it's in a grocery store, So a guy, his name is Minister Nathaniel, So, I really try to eat healthy as much as I can. I drink a lot of water, sometimes I cheat. But, for the most part, it's water for me. I try to eat fruits with seeds, I try to eat vegetables. I try to stay away from meat, especially no pork at all for me. Haven't been eating pork in, years. But the thing is that, sickle cell. Sickle cell is a major problem especially in the African American community.
Nathaniel's daddy had that.
Oh, wow.
I used to work with him.
Really? Okay, see, sickle cell. So that's near and dear to my heart. So every year, Juneteenth is about sickle cell. June is sickle cell month nationwide.
I have a sister dealing with that. Right
really?
now.
Well, let her know. Does she and is she young enough to have children?
No.
Okay. Well, then look into it because there is a cure for sickle cell. They found out.
Oh.
And they're not sharing it in the community. I asked them, why aren't you sharing it in the community? Well, we don't have the finances to notify people, to inform people. Okay, they don't have the finances, just and so to do the commercials, maybe to pass out the pamphlets, but get creative, people, So therefore, I pump sickle cell, and the cure. If you know anybody that's pregnant, especially these younger girls that are having babies, because back when we were having our children, they didn't tell us about the cord blood bank. They didn't tell us to save our afterbirth. Now all you have to do, they'll say, do you want to donate or throw it away? But they didn't tell us when we're donating. We're donating to somebody else so to save their children.
That's right.
And to save their butt. But she has to save hers. And they have what's called the cord blood bank. Wright, it's inside the Cardinal Glennon Hospital. And they save your afterbirth. Mm-hmm. And they freeze it in the vault.
For you.
For you and your children. Okay, now I heard they put a price tag on it. It's $1,000 a month. Don't quote me on the price. But I'm hearing it's a year. $1,000 a year for them to store. And you can't just take it home and throw it in your deep freezer, But, so I'm thinking maybe we need to get together some type of organization, throw some parties or something for these young girls, anybody that's having a baby, and they can't afford to save it. And we don't give the money to them. We just pay the bill, every year. But again, that's going to take, as I said, a village to raise a child. It's going to take a village to do this because I can't do it, But it's out there, so I do talk about that. The sickle cell, the youth, was called the Family Youth Organization. They came out and they spoke on sickle cell. So, and they pass out their brochures and stuff. But, yeah, that's real. So, maybe in your sister's case, maybe if you have a child or somebody else have a child, could save it and maybe she could benefit off of it because your DNA is the same. You know what I'm saying? So, look deeper into it if she's not, going to have any more children or whatever. But there is a cure and the word needs to be passed.
That's right. Information is definitely power.
The firefighters was there. And they had the two fire trucks, and they had them on each side of the page, and they had the flag, in the middle, and it was just awesome, And so they gave us a lot of support and love. And they talked about, a lot of times, they said the fires in the urban communities is way more fires. Why is it more fires? It's not a racist thing. It ain't like white people coming down setting our houses on fire. It's a thing about ignorance. Lacking knowledge, not stupidity. We're not lacking intelligence, but the city is not putting the money out to give us the information that we need. So when the wintertime comes, if we can't pay our bills and it's getting a little cold in the house, or your heat ain't doing what it needs to do, or your gas is off, then we may use a stove. Well, hey, we grew up like that. Had the stove, warming up, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, get going and running to Home Depot at the last minute, or wherever you're going, get some little electric heaters and things like that. But we don't know. Ignorance that you cannot plug that electric heater up on a little Family Dollar 99-cent brown extension cord.
Right.
Just because it fit
don't mean it works.
Okay? So we don't realize that you have to have the right size gauge of wire. The extension cord has to be the same as the heater. Right. But really they recommend, if we just read, it says plug it directly into the wall. Right. But we know that doesn't reach. So that is one of the things that always cause these fires, that we're causing. So again, ignorance. So we have to, I believe in each one, teach one. And, so I try to have a balance of as many people out there just sharing free information. And so that's what Juneteenth means to me.
Okay. You had a question.
Let's see. Coffee says so much.
I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know.
No, not in a bad way.
Y'all have to have a timer right here to say, okay, cut.
Coffee, we don't need a timer. It's just so much good information and it's powerful. You know what I mean? So it's not about that. I was actually going to talk about, let's see, what was I going to ask you? It went away because...
Hollywood to St. Louis.
Hollywood to St. Louis. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to know more about that. We talked about it briefly at one point, so I want to know what... We've both spent a lot of time in California. I was out there 11 years myself. You were out there 20. And you know what's so funny, though? Coffee and I actually crossed paths and didn't even know.
Absolutely.
We were in the same building, in the same place at the same time, and did not even know. She meant to contact me or reached out to me. By the time she looked up, I was gone.
Oh.
And here we are meeting. So it just says to me that it was destined,
Absolutely.
even for it to be way back then, and here we are running to each other in St. Louis, and we're both from here, but we were in California at the same time. So now,
Yeah, we sure was.
so yeah, now I want to hear about the Hollywood, bringing Hollywood to St. Louis.
Well, I mean, it's like what you guys are doing here. You know what I'm saying? To me, this is bringing Hollywood to St. Louis, you know? And I always say, you know, whether I'm in California or St. Louis, I'm still me.
That's
So
right.
don't tell me I can't make films in St. Louis. I run into people. People say, "Oh, well, how you gonna do films in St. Louis?" You know, investors who have money don't want to put up money because they just can't perceive how can you do movies. It take, you know, where is your penthouse? Where is your desk?
Exactly.
And so I need a cigar in my mouth, big glass window, and be on the 14th floor in order to impress somebody. I got to ride around a limousine or something. You know, I keep saying I'm the same person whether I'm in California or St. Louis.
Hello.
You know, there's so much talent here. And every time I will come back and forth because, you know, I roll. I'm a skater. And I love to roll.
We're skaters.
Okay, we're
Watch
skaters.
out.
Okay. And so, alrighty now. Okay, so everybody that roll, they know. I mean, even when I lived in California, I
took my
fly
skates
down. Take your skates
My
everywhere
skates
you go.
Everywhere I go.
Everywhere you go. And just fly down. I fly to St. Louis to go to the dentist because it's cheaper. And I fly to St. Louis to go to roll. Okay? Had to do it. But anyway, the thing is that there's so much talent here. And people say, well, I want to come out there. I saw you in this movie. I saw you in that movie. You know, and so the parts be, you know, are small, but people just don't realize what it takes just to even get a small part, you know. And
Right.
but the thing is that I decided that, you know, I did, you know, as you know, The Devil in the Blue Dress, Gridlock with Tupac, Five Heartbeats with Robert Townsend. I've worked with, and not only the black filmmakers, but pretty much every big director I've had opportunity to work on one movie or one show or something. But the thing is that I made up my mind a long time ago. I could care less what an Oscar think of me, an Oscar's opinion. I could care less of what a Grammy.
That's right.
It is what it is. You know, if I'm done with this song, the song is over with. You know, you like it or you don't. We're done with the movie, it's done. You like it or you don't. You're not going to tell me if people know what they like and what they don't. So we put our best foot forward, right? And that's all we can do. Can't nobody expect any more, right? Any more than that. We do what we're going to do. And they can say, well, this movie was, their opinion means very little to me. Simple as that. You know, we like the exposure, but hey, you don't want to help us out, or you ain't interested, you ain't feeling it, that's all right. Because you got children movies for children, you got scary movies for people like scary movies, a market for everybody, okay?
That's right.
And so therefore, there's so much talent in St. Louis, it's so much nepotism, favoritism, and all the other isms and lisms and isms that's going on in California and Hollywood and in that industry, that you're not going to be a dream killer and say, because you're not my uncle, or you're not my daddy that's directing this, or you're not my brother, or you're not my next door neighbor, that I can't be in your movie, or you'll never be an actor, or hey, you'll never work in Hollywood again. You know,
Right,
that little, you know, so the thing is that there's so much talent here. I would always invite people to come up. A lot of people will come and live with me. You got people sleeping on my floor. You got people sleeping all over. You're stepping over people. But a lot of times, you know, especially people from St. Louis, it's like the show me state. You know, people not going for that crap. A lot of crap that goes on in the industry. You know, I was one of the people wasn't going for it.
Right.
I missed out on so many opportunities, and I know you did too. Missed out on so many opportunities where you could have been famous, but broke. Or maybe eventually you'll make some money. Look at all these stories. And the thing is that why should we compromise like that? You know, it's too much. You know, if we can't make it off of our talent, which I know we can, you know, and long as you be consistent with whatever you're doing, just be consistent, it's going to happen. And we make it happen. We don't have to wait for a green light from Warner Brothers.
Hello.
The majors only do 4 or 5 films a year.
Anyway.
We putting out films one a month. You know, yeah, we don't have the big bucks, but that's okay. You know, we're doing it. We're doing it our way. You're not making our good guys bad and our bad guys good. It is what it is. You know, you're not going to stereotype us and think that we only do this, because people who've never met a certain nationality, for instance, you know, Hollywood have you thinking everybody that's Chinese is smart. You know, they got to be smart if they're Asian or something. You know, there's a lot of smart Asians, but there's a lot of dumb ones that's cheating off the next person's paper too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, let's keep it real. This is the United States, and it's everybody in here. This is a
melting
a
pot.
melting pot for everybody, you know. And we have all kind of people, good and bad, in every nationality.
That's right.
So I don't want us to have to, you know, like my rent in California. I never owned anything in California. $2,800 a month. Why do I have to be up there suffering? Like they call it a starving actor, you know, and you up there suffering it to make it, when you can do the same thing wherever you are. You know, you don't have to be in California. I'm not putting California down. I love it and hope to one day own a home there, you know. My sister bought a nice home there, and when I grow up, I'm going to be like her. But, you know, but I ain't there yet.
Right.
And I moved there first, right? She moved in with me, right? Her and her kids, right? But it's just the way it is, you know. And so, but anyway, so yeah, Hollywood to St. Louis. I'm a writer. I got a stack of films, feature films already written. Anybody looking for something to do? I got you. You got me. Let's do it. You know, I specialize in casting, producing. I love putting people together, making it happen, completing projects. You know, I know where we need to take them, and you know, and we get them out there, whatever, just make it happen. But my thing is, since there's so much talent, one of the main things that hold filmmakers back, independent filmmakers, you know, because like when Spike Lee and all them in the days, you know, it was like, what did they have to do? They had to make sacrifices. They had to use their mama credit card. And people have to be on the same page. You have to be about making sacrifices. And I have to keep it real. I don't see a lot of sacrifices especially with our people in St. Louis.
Right.
We have to make sacrifices. We have to say the heck with that Michael Kors purse, or the heck with this, that. Invest in you. Because if you're not going to invest in you, what the heck you think we're going to invest in you?
Right.
You know, why should I sell my car to do a film to make you a celebrity, but you won't make any sacrifices? So with my thing with Hollywood, bringing Hollywood to St. Louis, my thing is, anybody rolling with me, ain't nobody getting paid. I'm letting you know now. Don't hit me up on Facebook. Don't inbox me thinking that you got a check coming. If you're working with me, you get no check until the back end. We all get paid on the back end. And that's the way it is. If you think you deserve to get paid up front, and go talk that speech to Tyler Perry or somebody who got it like that. Because I don't have it like that, and I would never get off the ground trying to come up with enough money to pay you.
That's right.
So therefore, I don't look forward to getting paid, and I've probably been in more movies than you, and I ain't patting myself on the back. I'm just keeping it real, because I get the residual checks to prove it, and I got the receipts or whatever. Mm-hmm. So if I can say I'm not gonna get paid, and I can wait on the back end, you know, either everybody gonna be rich or everybody gonna be broke. Mm-hmm. You know, because if I paid you up front, you wouldn't like it anyway. Because I'll pay you the scale, the minimum scale, because it's all you deserve, because you got no name, and I pay you the minimum scale, and you get your little $500 from SAG, and it ain't going to be enough to get your SAG card, because that's what, $2,500 now? Okay, so then, even if I bring you in for 2 weeks, then I get a deal, because then I get to get a cut rate, okay, and you get your money. But then we do our film, y'all, and then next thing you know, we all make millions, and you can't even come up, all you can do is push the button to talk to us at the gate. Then I'm going to be all kind of everything. That coffee, she a B. That. She got millions of dollars, and all I got was $500. You chose it. Okay? So be careful what you ask for. So anybody want to roll with me, anybody that we rolling, then we get paid on the back end. That's how we going to make it happen, y'all. That's how we going to beat out the big boys, okay?
Right.
we going to beat out Warner Brothers. we going to beat out Columbia. And if they want to deal with us, then they'll come to the table on our terms.
And that's what it's about here at City Jazz Sessions. Just so you know, we roll like that right now. We support each other. We're backing each other. We may not have everything we need, but I tell you what, we have each other. That was what my mom saying when we were coming up. As kids, we used to complain from time to time, we don't have this, we don't have that. And my mom would say, but guess what? You have each other. And as long as you have each other, you can make something happen.
That's right.
In our household, can't ain't a word, is what she would tell us. So we never could use I can't.
Right.
And that's why I still grind today, just like coffee. We're all in this together.
Exactly.
And it takes a village still to make all things happen that's worth happening. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everybody have a story to tell. So I mean, we can write all day. I mean, we just write. You know, whoever's the writer, then they write. We put the script on the table. You
That's
ain't
right.
feeling it, then hey, keep it real, right? You just say, okay, well, hey, this ain't funny.
It isn't for you.
Or this isn't right. Or if you I can accept constructive criticism if it's my script. And people ain't feeling it, they say, well, hey, it's all right, Coffee, but, it need a little more action, Then I'm going to put some more action in there. I'm going to make, or somebody else may say, well, look, I want to co-write. That's fine. I used to didn't like collaborating, writing. I'm writing, it's my idea. It is what it is. But then I had to get over that. I can collaborate on writing, But see, the industry would make your mind that way because, like my godfather, he wrote The Posse, Cy Richardson. He wrote the movie. But then when they bought it from him, you barely see his name as the credit. Like he's a co-writer. Like he just had a few words to say. He wrote it. And once you write something, when the big boys get in the picture, if they add 2 words to it, now they're the writers too.
Right.
And who needs them to write? I don't need them to write my story. Everybody got a story to tell. You know what I'm saying? And so you're not gonna, the big boys, and people like waiting on big Hollywood. Well, they have prices. You know what I'm saying? If you're directing a film, then you get maybe $100,000. If you're a writer, you may get $20,000. You may get $30,000. Okay? Or do you want to be a part of the team? And everybody get $1 million. Everybody get $2 million. Everybody get $10 million. Now you're not looking at nobody sideways, and you can keep the same team because everything is cliquish. So you have your own clique. So that way nobody's mad. We can all continue to work together because everybody got paid. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, Dad, we all put in this and we all made this sacrifice, but yet why is this person only one able to drive this or able to live in this house and the rest of us, how happy can you keep being for people if everybody, you know what I'm saying? And that has happened to me on more than one occasion, I mean, I found year before last, I was in Texas and I was just talking with somebody and they were saying, ran into this guy who was an actor and he was telling me about these breaks he just got and he got this big role in this movie, right? His name is Samuel French. And it's a bookstore in California that's very popular. If you know about Samuel French, if you live in California, you're an actor. So I thought he was related to them, which come to find out he wasn't. But long story short, what ended up happening was, he was asking about my resume and so I started mentioning about some of the films that I've written. Now I've directed films that I don't own. I've written films that I don't own. I produce films that I don't own, just collaborating with other people. The only film that I actually own that I wrote, produced, and directed is called Killing Me Softly. You can find it on YouTube. Made it to the New York Film Festivals, the LA Film Festival, Pan-African Film Festival, did well. But it's not a complete feature film. What can they do with 20 minutes? It was actually a long trail. It's not even a short. Me personally, I don't really care for shorts. My brother, he's a short writer. You go to Razorback Films, shorts, and he's awesome. He's awesome at what he does, but he believes in doing these shorts and then using those as a calling card. I believe in doing a full length, and I don't need no calling card. You hear me? It's right here. So that's what I'm pushing for, the full length, because people are not going to the theaters the way they used to. They're looking for a new movie every day to check out, right? And the majors cannot produce the way independents can put him down. We can come out with a new movie every month, or even if we come out with one every 2 or 3 months, we have something. We got the ups on the majors, right? But so anyway, the thing is that when I'm doing these films, and I was like, I mentioned that I did a film called Everybody Plays the Fool. I don't even know why I had thought about that because once we shot it, it was out of my mind. I wasn't even thinking about it no more. It was done in a can, and I didn't own it, but I'm the writer, producer, and I'm also starring in it. Well, the director didn't allow us to rehearse. And that's where I have a problem with independence. And like when we're doing independent films, we got to always make sure our lighting is right and our sound. Because that really what separates the men from the mice. You always can identify independent film when it comes to that lighting and that sound. And so that's where a lot of times we mess up. So the thing is that our lighting and sound was pretty decent on that film, but we didn't rehearse. And just because I wrote the film, I need to rehearse too like everybody else. So the director didn't feel like we need to rehearse. Well, Coffee, you know what you wrote, just do it. And so why did I go along with that program? So when I saw the film, I didn't like it. I didn't like me in it. And I was like, ugh, take me out. But I'm all through the film, right? And so, but anyways, I thought no more of it. Long story short, this actor that I ran into in Texas, he looked it up. And the film, we ended up buying it off of eBay, VHS copy, $35. I had to buy it. Which means, and it's barcode and all that, right? It had sold. And see, back in the day when you doing them, putting them movies on VHS, when they buying them, when Blockbusters was out, Blockbusters, they would pay $100,000 for 10 copies. That's $1 million a while. $1 million is nothing to majors, because a low budget film is 10 million, 15, 20 million, right? $1 million is a lot to me.
Right.
Sis can do a lot with $1 million, right? so therefore, you know, but of that $1 million, how much did I get? Nada, nada. I had to buy a copy, and when I bought it, when it came in the mail, I'm on the box cover. Nice, thank you. You know, holding a gun in a negligee. You know, I'm on the box cover. My name, starring, produced. They gave me my true credit. Yeah, I was one of the producers. They gave me my credit as the writer. And when it came on, I mean, the credits coming on and going off. It wasn't like I can add black and then roll it in. No, it's overlapping the actual movie. But one problem, I never got a penny. Not one penny. And I don't want that to happen to, not in any production I'm involved in. And that's why I haven't done anything yet in St. Louis, because I want to get everything in order. I want to make sure everybody get paid. Even though my intentions are good and I'm right, I'm going to do right by people, I could die tomorrow. So if you're working on my production, I don't want, if something happened to me, somebody else, it didn't happen to you, you didn't die, your family still need to get paid off of this movie. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So I want to make sure everything is in order, where everybody's going to be compensated. Not, because how much fun, how much joy can you have and you making all the money and everybody who started out with you has nothing. They still struggling. I know a lot of people right now who struggle with me, and they are, I mean, millionaires, you know. They millionaires. And not to say that they all owe me anything. You know, I'm happy for them, you know. Tariq Nasheed, you know. He's a millionaire, has millions. We struggle together. You know, he don't owe me anything. I'm not saying he does, but we struggle together, you know. I mean, when I say struggle together, you know, we know about, I ain't even want to tell his business like that, but you know what I'm saying. But Tariq, there's a cool brother, you know, but we was out there rapping, saying he the one introduced me to the cameraman that I work with, Doug Green. You know, Tariq came to me and said, Coffee, who's managing you? But we struggle together, you know, out there hard, you know. So it's possible, I say that to say it's possible that, you know, you stay focused, stay on what you're doing, it's going to happen. You know, Tariq didn't make it as a rapper.
Right.
I'm not even a rapper anymore, you know, and DJ G Wiz got a movie coming out called Background Check, and I'm in it as St. Louis's first female rapper. But I'm not a rapper anymore, you know, but because I left the rap alone once. I had a record deal and everything, right? But when I did my first music video, when I was able to write it on a paper bag, and I saw that come to reality, you know how that feeling when you write something and you see it come? Whether it's a song, you know, you write your songs, your video, whatever, and you see it actually materialize. And you like, wow. Coffee, this supposed to have been a video. You making a mini series, right? Because I was scared. They said, well, you doing too much. Because I wouldn't stop the video. I was like, nah, now we got to do this scene. Now we got to go here. Now we got the song is over. You know? So can I do a B-side? You know? But so the thing is that, you know, we struggled as rappers. You go to YouTube, you pull up Lady X, Funky Attitude. That was my first official music video. Shot on 35mm film. And Tariq is in there, you know, and you know, he you know, you'll see him in there. If you recognize, you see him when you know him, you recognize him. You know, he probably ain't proud of that shot back then when we was rapping, how he looked then. Big old box. Big old box, you know. And I had on a black leather dress, you know. But anyway, you know, so, you know, we grow. We don't know which way, you know, our money's going to come. But it's going to come in this business as long as you stay in that business doing what you're doing.
You stay
know.
true to yourself. You stay true to what you believe and keep chasing that dream for real. I mean, live it.
Right.
You got to be inside of it.
Yeah, I mean, you're an awesome singer. But, you know, what's going to hit first? Is your big record going to make all your millions first? Or being an actress? You know?
Bam.
Bam. You know, we don't know. You know, we don't know. You know, at one time you were producing and writing. Okay, and now...
For me?
Yeah. You producing this show.
No, actually I'm not.
Okay, what are you doing?
That's the man, that's the man. I'm just a talent. I just get to sit here and look pretty.
Well, that's good. So is your...
He is beautiful.
Okay,
Thank you.
but hey, but then that may be it. You know?
That's it.
That may be your big...
I've never chased fame.
Really?
Really.
Oh, and I can respect
I'm
that.
a small business consultant.
Okay, well,
And that was how Warren ran into me.
Okay.
I would like to help people achieve their dreams in business.
Wow, well then we need you. I need you. But I'm gonna tell you this: it ain't about chasing
That's
fame.
what you were gonna say. It's
It ain't
not even about
chasing
fame.
Thank
Well,
you.
okay, I misspoke. I didn't want
And
to.
it's not
No,
a bad
that's
thing.
fine.
But I was
Okay.
saying, and people do. They think when you do anything in the entertainment industry, if it has to do with TV or music, this and another, they think automatically that it's a fame chasing situation. No, I'm gifted, and God has blessed me. Like she said, I mean, even in the rap industry, for me, even back then, it was called rap, but I didn't allow people to call me a rapper because I'm a lyricist.
Okay.
And there were no boundaries for me. There was no box to put me in that was going to fit me because I could do jazz, because I could do R&B, because I could do gospel. Whatever I feel is what I'm capable of writing. I write short stories in my songs. There are movies like what she's speaking of. But based on the industry, they only see what they want to see. Like I said, there's a controlled situation there. And I'm a team player. I know there's no I in team, but I can't be a team player with people that make me feel like I'm an opponent.
Exactly.
It doesn't work that way.
Right.
So therefore, the independent status and level of things may open those doors. I remember in the early '80s, my aunt, living in California, she used to say to me, "You're going to have to do it independently." And she used to just like she was jugging me. It's to make me upset because I was after being on a major label, but not for the fame. I didn't care about. That's why I got off the labels. I was on Virgin. I was on Rap a Lot, but I got off because it was who I am inside wasn't who that represented. If that makes any sense. A lot of people think I was crazy for turning down certain deals, walking away from money and this. But it was about my integrity and my self-respect and my morals, but also a future that was coming in front of me. And if I had done a lot of those things, I probably wouldn't even just be sitting here talking with you guys right now, because I'd be somewhere probably soaking in what I didn't do properly with myself. So I was just really, saying when it comes to the fame thing, yeah, you have people that look at this and say, man, I want to be a singer, I want to be a rapper, but because it's what they see out there.
Right.
I'm not pushing that Benz I used to push anymore. I'm not driving it. I'm not driving it because if I don't have it, you don't see it. That's the bottom line. I'm not going to try to live beyond my means just to make people. And I used to be that way, or worried about what people thought about you. But that's when you're younger and you're growing into who you are. Every aspect of my life, and where I came from sleeping on those floors to scraping for this, that, and other, all of it was a part of me. And I don't denounce it one way or another. A lot of people try to forget, like we were just talking about him with the box or her with the leather.